The biggest crash of this generation. Ray Dalio's warning. As an investor, Ray Dalio relies on his ability to see things retrospectively. Suppose you can comprehend the reasoning behind this apparent contradiction. In that case, you're likely a supporter of the theory that individuals who fail to learn from the past are destined to repeat similar mistakes. Hello everyone and welcome to another video on our channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss the biggest crash of this generation. Ray Dalio's warning. So stay tuned to find out. Now let's start our video. To restate his idea, knowing where you are going is difficult if you're unaware of where you have been in the past. In Dalio's most recent book, Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order: Why Nations Succeed and Fail, the founder and co-chairman of the hedge fund Bridgewater Associates reveal the future of investors by taking them back in time to study the rise and fall of great countries and powerful currencies. In doing so, he sheds light on what investors can expect in the future, because you never want to be in a position where you have to answer the question, "How did I get here?" regarding your life or finances at any point in time. In almost 600 pages of story and numbers, Dalio paints a picture of the tectonic forces reshaping global politics and financial markets. In particular, he focuses on the competitive and complex relationship between the United States and China. If the United States and China, the two most powerful nations in the world, can coexist peacefully in the 21st century, or if they cannot do so, the consequences will be felt by you, your children, and their families. Dalio argues that for Americans to succeed, they must do three things. We have to work well together economically and politically, and prevent war with China. We must produce more money than we spend by being productive and getting our finances in order. This interview with Dalio features his thoughts on the current economic and political cycle, its similarities to previous ones, the disturbing external and internal threats to American democracy and influence, and how and what to hold in your investment portfolio, including Bitcoin, as history unfolds. The interview has been condensed and edited for clarity and length. These days, getting money on credit is completely free. Because interest rates are so close to zero and principal payments can be postponed indefinitely, taking on debt at present is comparable to getting money for free. When the cost of money is negative and below the nominal growth rate, it is extremely profitable to take out loans and make investments in anything that has the potential to expand by the inflation rate or even more. The prices on the market right now are reflective of this fact. Further, asset prices would collapse if they make modifications, such as raising interest rates above what is currently priced into the markets, making the current economic scenario even worse. The Federal Reserve and other central bankers are currently facing challenging circumstances. Even though they need to tighten to keep inflation under control, doing so will negatively affect the economy. Imagine for a moment that monetary policy was tightened in the conventional sense, which resulted in a decline in asset prices and initially caused the economy to contract. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Now let's continue. Think about the effects it would have on politics if something like that were to occur. People have been given a substantial amount of money and are now competing for it. My greatest worry is that there will soon be another economic downturn. Even on the question of whether or not masks are allowed, we can't agree. The advent of yet another economic downturn should be avoided at all costs. Raising interest rates to a level where they would have any impact is impossible. Interest rates must be significantly lower than inflation and nominal GDP growth rates. The policy biases that will emerge can be easily predicted simply on whether debtors or creditors are more likely to be favored by the conditions. Real interest rates will be low when central banks seek to help borrowers and stimulate credit growth, and they will be high when the central banks prefer to help creditors rather than borrowers. When few other options are available, countries that require more money will choose to enhance their money creation. When the government starts creating money, there isn't anyone who stands to lose out, which makes this alternative more politically viable. No one has an issue with that explanation when it comes to the question of where the funds originated from. Everyone will raise their voice if required to pay for it out of their funds. The most straightforward solution has always been to print more money and hand it out to everyone. If you decide to buckle down instead, your actions will have consequences. Well, that's all for today's video. Tell us in the comment section how this video was. I hope that you found this one interesting. You can subscribe and watch more videos on our channel to keep up with more content. We'll see you in the following video with some more notable facts and stories. And until then, stay tuned.